Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Sports Guy Show is here, also known as Shakir Bartal. Today is February the 1st, 2025. Right now it's 1:58 as I'm recording this video. We have a huge game tonight in college basketball. Duke, Austin, North Carolina. And I thought, ladies and gentlemen, why not jump ahead and talk about the biggest rivalry in sport, which is my own take, and I'm curious to see what is everyone else biggest stake as far as biggest rivalry out there. So number one, my opinion, UNC at Duke, Duke at North Carolina. College basketball is one of the biggest rivalry in college sport. Second rivalry, Michigan Wolverine football team against the Ohio State Buckeyes. What can you go wrong? Blue Michigan State Wolverines, the Blues, against the Red, can call them the Reds, Ohio State Buckeyes. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we have in baseball. We have a couple of big time rivalries in baseball. One of them, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dodgers against the Giants. Huge rivalry whenever the Dodgers go to San Francisco to play against the Giants. You will always hear on the television fans saying, beat LA, beat LA, beat LA, and so on. And when the Dodgers are playing against the Giants at home in Chavez Ring in Los Angeles, you will hear the PA announcer saying, let's go Dodgers! Let's go Dodgers! So that is the big rivalry. Dodgers against the Giants. Then we have another huge rivalry in baseball. AL East. The Yankees against the Red Sox. Two highly respectable organizations. One of them is not really like the other one. It's more likable organization. I would consider the Yankees the dislike organization and the Red Sox more likable organization. So the big rivalry, Red Sox against the Yankees. A couple of years ago, I believe about 10 years ago, former MLB pitcher for the Red Sox, Pedro Martinez, threw to the ground, basically shoved to the ground, I should state. The Yankees pitching coach at the time, I believe his name was Mel Stottlemyre, if I remember correctly. If I'm not, please let me know in the comment below, ladies and gentlemen. But I remember that incident. It was all over MLB Network. Should Pedro Martinez be suspended and what should happen to him? I believe he was suspended for a couple of games. Not a big deal. Not a big deal in the long picture. Another rivalry that is coming up that is growing intensity, that would be the Mets against the Braves, especially in the 90s, right before 9/11. We had a big rivalry the time between the Mets and the Braves. In a couple of games before the end of the season, the Braves were leading the Mets by very small margin, couple of games, I believe 2-3 games. They played against the Mets. Back then, it used to be Shea Stadium, not Citi Field, totally different ballpark. So they played at Shea Stadium. The Braves at the time had Chipper Jones, whose middle name is Larry. So Mets fans, all the time when Chipper Jones went into at bat, they called him Larry, Larry, Larry. And also the Braves at the time had controversial pitcher named John Rockwell, closer. So the Mets called him Rocky, Rocky. That is was a big rivalry, and when the Mets came into Atlanta, the time it was Turner Field. Now it's a different ballpark in Atlanta. So at Turner Field, the Braves, whenever the Mets came into town to play against the Braves fans did the chop. Oh, 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 oh. So that's what the Braves fans did. So that was a big rivalry, which a couple of years ago it renewed when the Mets were leading the Braves throughout the season. And I remember one very famous Mets beat writer. His name is Sal Lagana, I believe his last name. And he predicted on June the 1st, the Mets will win the NL East. The NL East is over. You can write it, ladies and gentlemen. The NL East is over. That's what he guarantees. He guarantees the Mets will win the NL East. The Phillies are too old. The Nationals are not good. The Marlins, why talk about them? The Braves are 10 and a half games. The Mets have an easy schedule coming up. The Mets will win the NL East, according to Salagana. Well, Sal was wrong. The Mets did not win the NL East. The Braves did win it that season. So that rivalry is renewed. We also have in the NFL a couple of good rivalries. One back in the 80s, well before my time, ladies and gentlemen, Steelers against the Cowboys was a big time rivalry. We also had in the 90s, Cowboys against the 49ers, big time rivalry. Right now, the NFL, honestly, I cannot think of a big rivalry. Yeah, we have the Steelers and the Ravens, but it's more of an inner division rivalry. It's not like one team is playing in the NFC, another team in the AFC. So yeah, the Steelers and the Ravens, it's a big rivalry, but not a massive rivalry, per se. We have the 49ers and the Rams, kind of a rivalry. We have the Panthers against the Falcons, Panthers against the Saints, rivalry. Panthers against the Buccaneers in the early 2000s. That was a big rivalry. You have a rivalry between the Falcons and the Saints where they truly don't like one another. But overall, when I look at the biggest rivalries, oh, and the NBA was going to say, NBA and NHL, I cannot think of a big rivalry. I'm sure there are, but right now I'm not sure of which one they are. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, when I think of the biggest rivalry, number one, UNC Duke. Number two, Ohio State, Michigan's. Those, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, are the biggest rivalry in entire sport. Sure, honorable mention, Yankees, Red Sox, definitely a big time rivalry. Dodgers, Giants, big time rivalries, for sure. But definitely, you want to talk about a big rivalry that basically everyone is focused on it? It has to be UNC Duke and Michigan State against Ohio State. Or Michigan against Ohio State, not Michigan State. Michigan State and Michigan, it's a rivalry, but not big one. Not really a big one, but Michigan Wolverine against the Ohio State Buckeyes. And then North Carolina Tar Heels against the Duke Blue Devils. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are a big time rivalry, in my opinion. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment below, which do you think is the biggest rivalry in sport, entire sport. I like to know your take and opinion. Make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, make sure to tell a friend. It's absolutely free to subscribe. It's absolutely free to hit the like button. And with that, the Sports Guy Show is signing off.